Hello everyone, welcome back. In this session, we are going to cover floor-based analytical reasoning for Maharashtra CET exam. If you analyze the previous year paper of Maharashtra CET, you will definitely find one set of analytical reasoning which is based on floor-based, where a set of peoples are given to you and you're supposed to arrange them on different floors with the conditions given in the question. The one set that I'm going to cover with you today is slightly on a higher side of difficulty, right? It's a difficult set where you're supposed to make a number of cases, but you will get a whole idea how to approach the set of floor-based analytical reasoning. What do we have here? P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, and W are living on separate floors of 9-story building, but not necessarily in the same order. The ground floor of the building is number 1, and the first floor is number 2, and the second floor is number 3, and so on. So we have total 9 floors, guys, right? So this is floor number 1, floor number 2, floor number 3, floor number 4, floor number 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 floors, right? And the number of people, if you count, are 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 8 floors are there, right? Number of people are 8, but 8 people are there, but floors are 9. So that means one floor will be vacant. Okay, there is someone living on floor number 1. There's somebody who is definitely living on floor number 1. That means floor number 1 is not vacant. There is someone living on the floor number 1. There are 3 floors between T and U. Between T and U, I have 3 floors. That means, so let's write down the condition here, right? I'll be writing down the condition here. The first condition is between T and U, we have 3 floors. But who is on the upper side, we don't know. But between T and U, we have 3 floors. So let's note down this information. P lives above the floor in which W lives, but not immediately above. Second condition is P is leaving the floor above W, but not immediately above. So there has to be a gap of at least 1 floor in between P and W. Okay. There were as many persons living above V as living below Q. So the third condition is the number of persons, as many persons living above V as the number of persons as the living below Q, as a number of persons living below. So the number of people above V and the number of people below Q is exactly same. Keep this in mind, it's not talking about the floors. The number of persons, right? So write it down. Number of persons above V is same as a number of persons below Q. You live just above V. You live just above V. So V and U are on the consecutive floors with U on the above floor of V. Who lives at prime number floor? U lives above V. Who lives at prime number? So V is living at a prime number. So see that, guys, out of all the information that we have studied till now, this is the only hint where you can start solving the set, because where you can start filling the information, because we know that from 1 to 9 the number of primes are 4. So if V is living on the prime number floor, so V is either on 2 or 3 or 5 or 7, right? So we'll have to make the cases, because there is no information which is telling us the floor of any person in an exact manner, and by taking the reference of which you can move further. So no direct information is given, so you'll have to use this information that V is living on the prime floor. So V is either over here, V is here, or V is at 5, or V is at 7. So these are the only option for V. Now U is just above V, so you will be over here in this case, you will be over here in this case, you will be here, and you will be here in this case. And now with the reference of U, you know that there's a gap of 3 floors between U and T. So if U is here with a gap of 3, the gap of 3 is not possible in this case on the lower side, it has to be on the upper side. A gap of 3 floors between U and T means T will be over in this case, T will be over here in this case, and T will be over here, right? But again, a gap of 3 is not possible here, right? So in this case, T cannot come here. 1, 2, 3, right? T will be coming over here. In this case, 1, 2, 3, T will be coming over here. T cannot be above you in this case also, right? So these are the 4 cases we have, and we have now we now know the position of T, U, V, T, U, and V in all of these 4 cases. The next information that I should be looking for should be related to T, U, and V. Okay. Let's read further. Do we have anything related to T, U, V, and V? You see that uh, if you look at this information, only one floor is there between T and Q. So between T and Q, there is a gap of one floor, right? Now let's try to use it. Between T and Q, there's a gap of one floor, and then you can also use this information. The number of people above V and the number of people below Q should be same. Number of people above V and the number of people below Q should be same, with the reference of Q with the position of Q with respect to T. So if T is positioned at floor number 7, you see that, and I say that Q will be at 9. But then to satisfy this condition, we know that someone is living on floor number 1 for sure. So the number of people above V will definitely be 6, because one person is living here. Out of 8 person, one person is living here, one person is V, so 6 person are living above V. But then if I position Q here, the number of people below Q would be 7. So this condition is not getting satisfied if I'm positioning Q here. So Q cannot come over here. If Q cannot come over here, then to maintain a gap of Q1 between T and Q, Q will be coming over here. Now, the number of people above V is 6, as you can see, and below Q cannot be 6. So no case is possible in this particular case. First case is eliminated. You don't have to try the first case now. Now in the second case, the gap of T and Q can be the gap between T and Q can only be possible when I'm placing Q at floor number 6. Now you see that the number of people above V, right? I know that someone is living on V on the first floor. Now below Q, I can have the maximum number of people 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And above V, the maximum number of people are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 can be vacant. So the only way to keep the number of people between above V and Q as same is that someone is definitely living on floor number 2. Someone is definitely living on floor number 2. If nobody is living on floor number 2, then the number of people above V will be 6 and below Q will be 5, which will not be the and the below Q would be 4, so that condition will get disturbed. So there has to be somebody living on floor number 2 if this case has to be followed. Then if you look at the next case here, that P and R, there are as many persons lives between P and R as between P and W. So we know that P is living above W, so the number of persons between P and W is same as the number of persons between P and R, so R will definitely be above P, right? So the number of persons between P and W and the number of persons between R and P has to be same. And this can only be possible when you have R, P, and W positioned in such a way that there is a gap of at least 1 floor, or there can be a gap of 2 floor. So I need this position, right? To satisfy this condition, I need either a gap of 1 floor between R and P and then 1 floor between P and W, or I need a gap of 2 floors between R and P and W, right? 3 floors is obviously not possible because we have total 9 floor and 1 floor is vacant. Now, do we have a case here where I can position R, P, and W in this way? The only way to do is if I place R here, P here, and W here. Only in this case, this condition can get satisfied. But then you see that the number of people below Q, you can see that all these floors are filled. So one of this floor has to be vacant. So the number of people below Q would be 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the number of people above V would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this case is eliminated. This cannot work, right? Then you go to this case. Now to maintain a gap of 1 floor between T and Q, Q can come over here only. Now, now you can straight away see that. Is it possible to position R, P, and W in this way or this way, right? I need a gap. I need 3 floors occupied by R, P, and W, then a gap of 1 floor. So I need 5 floor in this way, right? We don't know that. It's not possible. If I place R here, I can place P here, but then I don't have a place for W, okay? then if I place R here and P here, then a gap of these three floors cannot be maintained between R, P, and W. So no way that you can arrange R, P, and W in this way, where the number of floors between R and P and W is exactly same. Now let's look at this case. A gap of 2 between T and Q can only be maintained when I'm positioning Q over here. Now you see that if I want to make the number of people above Q and the below V as same, one person is already there, V is the second person, right? So the maximum number of people can below Q can be below V will be 6, right? And I also need the 6 number of persons above Q. So that means one person is definitely here, right? So the vacant floor has to be above Q, right? To satisfy this condition that the number of people below V and the number of people above Q should be same, I know that one person is definitely living over here. If one person is this, right, and V is the second person, then below V I have 6 person, right? Okay. And then to make the number of people above Q as 6, we see that one person is here, Q is the second person, then the sixth person would be over here, and then one floor is vacant, and that vacant floor has to be above Q, and it has to be above V also. Because if one floor is vacant below V, then the number of persons below V would not be 6, in that case it would be 5. But the number of people above Q will always remain 6 because one person is definitely there. So if one floor above V is vacant, then this is the only floor which can be vacant. Now, to satisfy this condition that a gap of 1 should be maintained, a gap of 1 or 2 should be maintained between R, P and W, the only possible way is that R is here, P is here and W is here. And you can see that a gap of 1 between R and P is there, and P and W is also there. And then I am left with S, and about S it is given that S lives on a non-prime number floor. Now S will be living on 6, which is a non-prime number. 6 is a composite number. Now you see that in this particular case all conditions are getting satisfied, and that's the case, right? And this is the right arrangement of the 8 person on the 9 floors with all these conditions getting satisfied. So in these type of questions, sometime you'll have to make the multiple cases, right? And in Maharashtra CET, you'll generally find a kind of set which is slightly on a higher side of difficulty. So you should know the approach of making the multiple cases and eliminating the cases quickly, right? For that, you need to write down all this information in a very organized manner, and you should be able to interpret the statements in a right way. Thank you so much for watching this session, guys. Right? If you wish to join on Unacademy Plus, for CAT 2021 exam preparation, you can attend all of my live sessions on Unacademy Plus. And there's going to be a price hike coming. There's going to be a price hike very soon for CAT exam. So you can use my referral code LRDSMeet Live to get 10% off. In addition to that, Unacademy scholarship test is going to happen on 14th of March at 12 p.m. You can register yourself completely free of cost for this test using my referral code LRDSMeet Live. This is India's largest weekly scholarship test, where you stand a chance of winning the scholarship up to rupees 55 lakh. Thank you so much for watching the session. See you in the next video. Thank you.